turn. I want to see, though, what the Black Knight can bring out. This is going to be interesting because we have actually not seen a Lance at all today.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm big fan of Black Knight, big fan of Orion. So definitely can make some plays. We've seen so many wonderful combinations from some wonderful Orion players throughout the years. And one, I think, X factor, and this may be some personal bias, is the big down signature that just takes up so much space. Makes some space, and it can lead to some really early stocks as well. We see that from the spear. Obviously the lance too, just wonderful tool all around in doubles. Some big punishes can be made, but I think battle boots have kind of been the story of the weekend, the story of the season so far.
Yeah.
Excited to see how that plays out as well.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have a new tournament with a brand new weapon coming out, all of the eyes should definitely be on these battle boots players, and this is the time for experimentation. There's still a whole year of competitive Brawlhalla to be able to adjust and learn how to counter strat, or even just learn to play battle boots. Who cares about the battle boots when Zacoi is already so low on damage for the first stock, and wubz is down to the second. And Glue keeps it going. The neutral thing sending everybody away. I'm always worried about the Lance on a small stage like Miami, but completely dominating the grounded control. The neutral game handedly in Glue's favor, stuck away. Luckily though, no adhesive lasts forever. wubz is good for one. Styling down, it's Sprite instead to overextend. It looked like wubz should have gone down, but they just had one extra jump.
Wow, really good stuff from wubz, holding on to all those resources. I thought that was Sprite's show for sure. Going back to brawling right now. This is such, after like an explosive blue team start, it's a pretty close game. Whoa. All right, Glue's going for some wild hits, and I'm here for it. Big fan so far. Trying to answer back with the battle boots, but still back to neutral here. Could be dangerous.
Oh,
ooh, okay.
It keeps going.
Somehow
Glue.
wubz turning that around. Really good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, wubz has just been a wild animal in this. I mean, we're only in game one, but they have just not cared. They will go for literally anything they can, and really, Sprite and Glue don't have much of a response to it. The blasters, what have you, anything that you can rely on from wubz here has just gone in their favor. But, wubz, a true cowboy, sending both Sprite and Glue away. Glue luckily didn't lose that final stock, but if they did, that would have been devastating for Sprite.
All right, it's going to be an interesting dynamic here. Glue has to hold on to the stock, or it's going to be a really rough situation. Same thing, both members of Red Team have to hold on to the stock here. Glue just playing pretty far back, but does go down, and it's going to be a really rough spot for Sprite.
Okay. Sprite with the safe recovery. The ledge guard pretty well respected from Red Team. They understand that both of them are only down to the last stock. Well, I guess everybody is now. But with the amount of damage already applied to wubz this stock, and not a lot of defense really in their toe, this team-wide play, so good to melt everybody, but if you're Zacoi, you don't want to take that damage for wubz.
Yeah, definitely
it's a dangerous start.
It still could be close. Gauntlets, very explosive, and Sprite still kind of, finding a way out of these combos as well. This might be it, though. Putting the pressure on here at the ledge, just kind of letting them back up a little bit, but there it is. Pressure on the platform here. Good route from Sprite, taking the hit, and then getting the axe. Ooh.
Sprite going for the safest possible setups they can look for. And I gotta say, despite a really solid start to game number one, especially Glue starting things off with a double KO, from there, once wubz got any weapon at all, it was a completely different story.
But still, what explosive start from Blue Team turned into a really solid showing from Red Team. I think there's a lot of composure to be had there, and they definitely showed up, definitely kept it together, and sort of, enacted their strategy and brought it all the way back. No more of those big hits from Blue Team were landing, just some good solid team combos and team damage from the Red Team. Looking really good going into game two.
Game two. Double gauntlets making its appearance already. The lance in hands for Glue. wubz does those with the blasters. And without a lot of upper platforms to worry about on a stage like APOC, wubz might be able to find a lot of decent potential here. Playing closer to the ledge, using Zacoi to bring them over with momentum. feed them directly into the down airs. It's been working out pretty well, at least thus far. Sprite does get hit by the recovery off of wubz. Blue sent into the sky. More setups from wubz, not really connecting, but it leaves Zacoi in a very bad spot. They're already deep in red, nearly losing that first stock, but now the battle boots are the attempt to bring things back to deep red all around.
Honestly, I got to shout out to wubz as he flies off stage. Really good just options when forced into the 2v1, just putting the pressure on still and making sure it's not too advantageous for blue team. However, finally going down after a hard-fought first stock. Ooh, okay. Battle boots hold down Sprite at the right side.
Yeah, that ledge guard's interesting. Interesting, but Sprite overextends, finds the rogue side air. And I mean, from there, it's just a trickle effect AT. Blue, probably not long for this world. Just managed to survive that hit. Weapon throw, good to stifle things, avoids the recovery from Zacoi. But forced to the edge, not a lot to really do except for relegating that first stock.
I like the idea, trying to hold on to that stock a little bit longer, but it gets just so difficult. Harder and harder as time goes on, of course. Red team holding down center stage right here. Glue looking for the approach with the rocket lance, but not finding any big hit quite yet. Oh, the Nair not connecting either. Oh, there it is. Connected twice to make up for it.
There it is. The Glue classic sends Zacoi away. And these were strong game starts for blue team in the last 2 games that we've seen from this set. The problem is, though, is that usually wubz is the factor to turn things around, but now both of red team, their micro adjustments haven't been enough. They're not finding a way to get around Glue's lance anymore.
Yeah, Glue has been hitting those big sigs that kind of been the X factor in this game, and now on the back foot, too. Sprite's been setting him up, too. I gotta give some credit across the board, of course. There's a big opportunity for red team to try and capitalize, but Glue making it back. Really good route. Huge.
Oh, this offstage potential saved by Glue. The gravity cancel and sig wasn't enough to send anyone away either. Glue going for desperation signatures there, knowing full well that second stock is not long for this world. They fall, leaving Sprite in a precarious spot until Glue comes back into the server. Battle boots in hand, the blasters as well.
Ooh. This lance could be big too. Really rough damage on the red team. One of those setups into the signatures from blue could be rough, but red team just not letting them breathe, putting the pressure on, and this is huge.
Great ledge guard from Glue. Any damage at all applied to red team is just more cheese in your pocket. And at this point, how much is enough cheese? You're almost getting the whole cow, and there it is. Recovery sends Zacoi away.
Right.
But wubz, they've done this before. They've made these clutches. Everyone a near signature away from losing their final stock.
We've seen so much good pressure at the ledge from Glue with the signatures, but that response has got to do it. Good stuff from Sprite, picking it up in the clutch. So tense, though, going into that game. Whew, I can't believe we got to play more of those.
Yeah, absolutely. No legend swaps at all just yet. Glue, the only one not locked into the next game, could be the one to change things up. I did like Glue's use of the Black Knight in the last 2 games. It was really nice. Maybe a little bit lackluster in game number 2, just because of how wubz and Zacoi were playing.
Right.
But going into this, I think there's a lot of great setup potential with the Rayman Black Knight pick.
Look at that lance, though. I was gonna
give
some shout out to the lance. Almost as much unarmed damage as Spear. The lance was the MVP for sure. The ledge pressure with the signatures, catching in the jumps, the setups, all those signatures did the damage when they mattered the most. Off of those setups from Sprite or the reads in neutral. Really good stuff. I hope we see some more of that going into the next game. But I'm sure red team's going to try to adjust, change up the approaches, and not get caught with so many of those, because that kind of was the deciding factor in that last game.
One thing that we forgot to mention, though, was that we're not in the winner's bracket anymore. This is the elimination bracket. Yep. So if either one of these teams do not win 3 of these games out of 5, they will be eliminated from 2v2 Winter Champs.
And honestly, I know these players. You've seen them before. You've seen their ranks. You know that they want to bring home the gold medal. They want to add to that resume. But unfortunate side effect of how brackets work. Only one team can continue to move on. So we're going to see both of them fighting for that stage control and for those weapons as well. It's going to be blue team holding it down.
Blue, great neutral control, driving wubz away while Rayman and Tezca duke it out. Sentence I never thought I'd say. But hey, Sprite has been so clean with these seemingly random siders, catching out Zacoi and wubz for the last 3 games. Sprite's going to continue it on, eliminating that first stock, making wubz the second there, and it's just the trickle effect again. I do want to see more spear coming out from blue. Like you said, 72 in total spear damage in that last game. It's been all lance. The only times we've been seeing that spear used at all have been either weapon throws or desperation signatures. Did see that recovery come by. Some pressure for the offstage. Really all the onus going on to Sprite. Everyone on red team focusing up on them.
Yeah, it's still fairly even here. This is big damage. Sprite fighting back though in that vertical segment. Okay, putting the pressure on. Really good defensive options from blue. Not really able to tack on a lot of damage, but not getting too hurt in the process either. Here it is, the Lance, the star of the show, opening up the stage, and a big sig gonna be miss for Zacoi. Okay.
It's red everywhere you look. Cider sends wubz away. Zacoi still in the midst of battle, but instead the first to lose the second. wubz now trying to play evasive, but the Black Knight is there to shut it down. The Lance, absolutely like you said, AG, the star of the show. Red team right now needs to figure out a way to bypass this Lance, get around it, destroy the Lance. If anything, make sure Glue can't get the Lance, bring him over to the spear. We don't know what that's like yet.
Honestly, yeah, it's just been the Lance and, of course, the axe coming in. Okay, well, just missed the ledge there, missed the corner. That is exactly what Red Team was hoping for, a rare miss. Here's that spear we're looking for, too. Let's see what we can get going. Interesting. I love that in air. Huge down sig as well. But this is so much damage, so much pressure. Good recovery. Opens up the stage.
Yeah. wubz on these blasters hasn't made a mountain of a difference. Double side air ledge guard from blue team, preventing anyone but Zacoi to get back on. But even when wubz does, it's more team damage applied from the Tezca. Oh no.
Huge pressure, and the back-to-back, yet another signature from that Lance. It's gonna seal the deal, bringing them up 2-1.
Man, Glue, 4 different KOs. The double at that we can see on the replay. The win condition right now for Red Team, if they want to bring this to a game 5, is they have to remove Glue off that Lance. That has been the literal driving force. You can see the gameplay difference for both team members on blue team. When it's just the spear, it forces Sprite to slow down to accompany Glue, protect them, make sure they can be okay for that Lance to be picked back up.
Right.
That's when wubz and Zacoi need to strike.
It's kind of tough. You definitely don't want to overextend because we also saw so many great options from blue team that were simply side air from the axe or just any big punish from that Lance as well. Even at low, damage, those hits can send you flying and set up for some really rough spots as well. So, really
and I love this targeting.
Perfect. Yeah,
I love it. Coming up from Zacoi, focusing on Glue immediately. The spear is in hand. Now's the time to strike. Look at the aggressive potential now from wubz and company. A very different game from game number 2. Excuse me, game number 3.
Okay, but still blue team somehow getting the stage control here. Those big hits coming and the down signature extension too. Huge hit for Sprite. And another one. Oh, okay, no big follow-up. But we got the Lance. The spear is gone. The blue team fans feeling comfortable.
Or this Lance is back in hands. Gravity cancel NSync doesn't quite connect. wubz looking for that follow-up. Hasn't been able to find it just yet. Of course, as I say that, recovery reigns true.
Oh,
Blue's back on the spear.
Okay. Trying to put the pressure on here at the ledge. Goes for just the weapon toss down. Misses the ground pound as well. I would just get back on the stage because there's a lot going on. Another pickup for Sprite. Oh,
remember,
nice.
All blue team needs is this last game to move on forwards in the lower bracket past top 32. Glue Does lose that first stock. Zacoi on the other side, though. Worse for wear. Now is not the time for Zacoi to go down early. wubz has to save their teammate. Zacoi might be too far gone. The ledge guard from Glue doesn't connect. An overextension of the ground pound. Zacoi able to pick up their weapon again, but no! Trying to pick up the battle boots. A perfect read from Glue.
The charge on that too, it was scouted out so far in advance, and it's so rough right now. Sprite with another big hit to set up this stage control here. Red team's got to find some footing. Good stuff from wubz fighting back. They're back to the scrap here on the left side.
Ledge guard from Glue, playing a safer game now, realizing the stakes are mounting more and more. Zacoi should be enemy target number 1. If you can eliminate Zacoi, you only have to face the 2v1. But instead, wubz falls! Seemingly out of nowhere, these raw side signatures again from Sprite have yet to be read into. Sure, Sprite falls, that's okay. Glue still has that second stock.
Unbelievable. The punishes from blue team have been so good. Every slight misstep or overextension from red team has been met with one huge hit from the opposing team. Either a big hit from the axe, the side air, or the gauntlets too. But finally, red team evening up the stocks, trying to put this pressure on the Sprite, and hold on, this is dangerous. Finally fighting back. Good stuff.
But dangerous is everyone here's middle name.
That's
Probably
huge
even their first name. Have you
maybe.
ever seen Danger wubz in the same room as the not Danger wubz? No, I don't think so. But you know what I have seen before? I've seen some victories in the past. Glue gonna keep wubz into the sky. Sprite desperately saving their teammates. Zacoi again! Shove Sprite off the stage. It's all about the ledge guard. Descott needs to survive. Zacoi does have the battle boots, and wubz is taking a wealth of damage. Recovery into the sky. Zacoi lands with a fiery fist of fury. Brings it back down. wubz falls. Zacoi's kept the stock alive for minutes on end. Now the 2v1. One signature will end it all. We can say goodbye to Zacoi and wubz for 2v2's North America.
Oh my goodness. Even down to the wire that was looking so tense. The recovery that hit in the 2v1 that sent both blue team members flying, I was getting a little worried, but still they brought it all the way back. And even in that situation, there were some punishes that were just some slight misses. It looked like red team could have brought it back, but some really good adjustments from blue team, and of course that lance from Glue with a wonderful support from Sprite. It's just a wonderful, wonderful match.
Good lord. Look at how long Zacoi kept that final stock alive. That is at least, it is literally half the match. Zacoi was on their final stock, inching their way forwards. But I want to also talk about the silent impact from Sprite.
Yeah.
247 on the axe in terms of damage was really powerful, but really it was Sprite finding most of the stock takedowns at the very end. Really, really nice job accompanying Glue at times when there was offstage play, up into the air, and just really good team synergy that I felt like blue team was finally able to break the red streak curse with us casting and was able to achieve victory.
Yeah, it really just came down to sort of buttoning up the strategy, finding those roles that they have to play, and just perfecting them.